Last time, you remember, Bullwinkle Moose outsmarted us all by finding a way to get into the treasure chest of Monte.
Leave us turn the key.
Hokey smoke, it's just an old car.
Just an old car indeed. This here is a genuine 1903 Apperson Jackrabbit.
How do you know?
It said so in the last episode.
Our heroes decided to donate the car to the Frostbite Falls Museum and drove it away. But when Boris and Natasha spotted the license plate...
It says 14K, darling. Do you think...
I don't have to think, Natasha. I know. This is a 14-karat solid gold automobile.
Let's face it, Boris. These Americans really know how to live.
Come on, Natasha. Let's take the shortcut. We're about to go into the used car business.
On purpose?
And so a little later, as our boys rounded a turn, a strange sight met their eye.
Madman Morris, the laughing Latvian, used car.
Well, we might as well stop.
How come?
Madman Morris has put up a roadblock.
It was true. An enormous tree trunk lay right across their path.
Well, ho, ho, ho. Howdy, friends and neighbors.
That must be Madman Morris himself.
Are you the laughing Latvian?
You were expecting the angry Afghan?
Can we get by here?
Certainly. The best buy in these parts, a late model Oscil 8.
An Oscil 8?
And I can make you an unbelievable offer on this junk pile you're driving.
Yeah, but we're not...
$26 and that's top money. Take it or leave it. Without Defender, $25.
You were right. It's unbelievable.
Sounds pretty good, Rock.
Bullwinkle, we were going to give this car to the museum.
But $26? That's antihistamine money, you know.
Antihistamine money?
It's not to be sneezed at.
Yeah, but we promised...
You get it, Rock? Not to be sneezed at.
Bullwinkle.
Little medical-type joke I threw in there. You get it?
I got it.
Thousands won't.
You said it. Well, is it a deal?
How much is the Oscil 8?
Now, never you mind about the price. I don't want you to clutter your little furry head with a lot numbers.
That's kind.
Just sign here, easy payments for next 20 years.
What's it say way down here?
Don't read the fine print. You want to ruin those beautiful blue eyes?
They are kind of limpid pools, aren't they?
Is the car in good condition, Mr. Morris?
Of course, only one owner, a little old lady in Pennsylvania.
Hey, isn't that Pasadena?
Far from it, darling.
And she only used it on Sundays, didn't you, Granny?
That's right, darling. Va-va-voom.
You're the little old lady who drove this car?
Actually, I didn't drive it, darling. I used to sit in it and listen to the radio. Voom, voom.
The radio?
AM?
AM and PM. Oh, I love that Merton Marge.
Easy, Granny, you're dating yourself.
Va-voom, darling.
So how's about it?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, you've driven me to the wall. I surrender. Have no mercy on me.
All right.
I'll pay you $30 cash as is.
Wowee!
And I throw in 2 all-day suckers.
Sensation!
See what you can do if you know how to bargain, Bullwinkle?
Lucky you got a good head on you, Rock.
Yeah.
Or you'd have to wear your hat on your neck.
And in a twinkling, the papers had been signed, and Boris and Natasha drove off on our hero's 1903 Apperson Jackrabbit.
Hey, Madman Morris, wait a minute. You forgot something.
Yeah, where's the 2 suckers?
Well, the answer to that is so obvious we won't even wait around for it. But be with us next time for Boris Wheels and Deals or A Profit Without Honor.
Happy birthday, Pop.
Well, thank you, Junior. Well, a jumping frog, just what I've always wanted.
Yeah, me too, Pop. Sorry about the paper sack. I didn't have time to wrap it.
It isn't the sack that's important, it's what's inside it. Remember, the plainest box often contains the best gift.
I'll bet you got a fable to go with that, don't you, Dad?
Oddly enough, no.
Well, I do. It's called The Rooster and 5 Hens. Once there was a handsome rooster, a happy handsome rooster. But unknown to him, his days were numbered. For one spring day, the 5 Leghorn sisters moved into the house next door.
Girls, it's time you 5 thought of getting married. Now there's a fine young bachelor right next door, and one of you should catch him.
The oldest went first, and she knew that the best way to a rooster's heart was through his stomach.
Happy birthday!
How did you know it was my birthday?
I took a guess.
And the rooster took a bite.
Oh, marble cake.
Marble cake.
Made with real marbles.
Out! Out! Never darken my door!
The second oldest Leghorn sister was a whiz at housekeeping. One morning, bright and early, she snuck into the rooster's house and proceeded to give it a thorough going over. She cleaned up the living room, the kitchen, the closets. She cleaned up the bedroom.
She cleaned up everything!
The third sister was not only the prettiest, she had a very special talent.
Hey, you sure whistled pretty, hon.
There followed a whirlwind courtship. He took her everywhere, to the races, to the pool hall, and everywhere she went.
The lamb was sure to go?
No, she whistled.
You know, Doll, being on a picnic with you is really living. Whistle for me, baby.
Unfortunately, what they both didn't know was that it was the opening day of chicken hunting season, and a whistling chicken is a dead giveaway.
Honey, I could listen to you whistle all day.
When he got out of the hospital, he vowed never to look at another woman again.
You mean hen, Junior.
Yeah. But if there was anything that impressed this rooster, it was strength. And the fourth Leghorn sister had plenty of that.
Rooster, I'm gonna bust you one.
You do it, I'll bust you.
You stay out of this, Hen. I don't want anything to do with women.
He means hens.
Yeah.
And besides, this guy's tough.
Well, so am I.
She went into action and really showed her strength.
Say, baby, I could get to like you.
Another whirlwind courtship followed. At night, instead of watching TV, he would watch her press 2,000 pounds, and then all his suits.
Hey, how about you and me getting married?
That's a good idea, Fanny. Give us a hug.
It took 6 months to heal his broken ribs, and when it finally was done,
Never, I repeat, never will I be attracted to the opposite sex.
the fifth and last Leghorn sister was the prettiest of them all. But not only was she pretty, she laid golden eggs.
Hey, this is one of your eggs?
Uh-huh. 20 carat.
Boy, if I had a wife like you, I'd be rich.
Well, then marry me.
Of course, everybody wants a golden egg-laying hen, especially crook roosters.
This is a stick-up. Hand over your eggs.
Now, see here, buddy, this chick is my fiancée. Touch a hair of her head, and I'll call her sister who can press 2,000 pounds in suits.
But the crooks weren't to be scared. This time the rooster was finally cured. That's it, Pop.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it myself.
Well, how does that illustrate the moral? The plainest box often contains the best gift.
Well, it doesn't, unless we show what happened when the sixth Leghorn sister approached the rooster.
The sixth, you said there were 5 of them.
Poetic license, Dad. Yes, there was a sixth sister. Zelda was her name, and she was ugly.
Hiya, baby, how come the mask? This ain't Halloween, you know.
This is not a mask, this is me. Will you take me for your wife?
I wouldn't take you for a walk.
Sad but determined, Zelda sought out the services of an old owl who...
Lived in a shoe?
No, in a cave.
Give the rooster this glass of magic liquid, and he will fall in love with you.
What's in here?
Absinthe.
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 Well, the very next day at a lemonade stand, Zelda substituted the absinthe for a hooker of lemonade.
Wow, that's not bad. And you know what?
What?
I love you.
And so they were wed, the handsomest rooster and the ugliest hen, which goes to prove, Pop, the plainest box often contains the best gift.
How come you said it straight, Junior? Usually you make a bad pun out of the closing moral.
Well, seeing as how I told the fable, I thought you'd corn up the ending.
Well, that's very kind of you.
You got one?
Uh-huh. Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder.
And that's my Pop.
And now, here's that man with all the wisdom of bygone ages, Mr. Know-It-All.
Thank you, and hello, used wisdom lovers everywhere. Today we take up the problem of how to get your money back if not completely satisfied. For instance, if someone has gave you a useless article, like this aperture flywheel grommet with the vacuum gasket, you can return it and get the money instead. Pardon me, sir. Do you cheerfully refund money if not completely satisfied?
Absolutely.
And there you have it. How to get your money back if not...
Just fill out these 26 forms, please, then into our test cabinet.
But you said...
The first test tells us if the structural strength ratio of the Grammys is less than the designed performance assimilator levels.
Oh. Hey, no!
Looks like nothing's wrong.
Well,
Let's see if the problem lies in resistance vibration level.
No, wait,
Well, everything is okay there. I got it! Maybe it isn't watertight.
Now, looky here!
Seems to be in perfect order. Sorry, no refund.
But you said you refund money if not completely satisfied.
That's just it. I'm completely satisfied.
Gosh, Mr. Know-It-all, what are you going to do with your aperture flywheel grommet with a vacuum gasket?
Keep it, I guess. I've really grown attached to it.
Attached to a thing like that?
Yeah. Got my hand caught in it and I can't get it out.
COD. To Americans, it meant cash on delivery. To the rest of the world, it spelled out a type of fish. To the good folk of Canada, COD stood for something entirely different. You are looking at the Canadian National Bank. You are now looking at the man who owns it, O.D. Pringle.
COD?
Yes, I see. Quite a fall.
Guaranteed burgle-proof, OD.
Let's hope so, Oberlin.
That night after the employees had gone home, a skulking figure clad in black stole up to a rear window, opened it, and entered the bank illegally.
I smell money, pelf, mammon, filthy lucre.
The gentleman with the withdrawal symptoms is that villainous rascal Snidely Whiplash.
I may be a Harvard man, but there's nothing I like better than picking a Yale lock.
Whiplash was in for a surprise, for this vault had a new combination lock.
A mere truffle. Take a number from 1 to 10, double it, and add $1 million.
This was known as the Dick Powell Ruby Keeler method. It worked to perfection.
Everything I do works to perfection, until the denouement.
This time it was going to be different. Whiplash was going to get it early. For who should be waiting inside the vault? None other than our hero, Dudley Do-Right, who had mistaken it for a telephone booth.
Elevate your hand skyward, Whiplash, else I shall fire in your general direction with my Monte pistol, with the cord on it.
Do right. What do you want from me?
A nickel to make my phone call. Then you shall accompany me to prison, where you will do time, and a few other magazines, too.
Curses foiled again.
Snidely Whiplash received a sentence of 20 years, but time off for good behavior got him out in 2 weeks.
Drop in and see us again, 4936521.
Never, I reiterate, never will I darken your door again, because henceforth all my crimes will go undetected.
Well, I certainly hope so.
A few weeks later, it happened to be Guy Fawkes Day, a gala occasion for the Monte Post.
But, Nell, you promised the next dance to me.
I did not. I promised it to your host.
But so far you have danced every dance with him.
He keeps buying tickets. What can I do?
Evening, Do-Right.
Oh, good evening, Inspector. How about the next dance?
Sorry, your horse asked me first.
He must have a conga line going.
Oh, by the way, Do-Right, I just got a tip that the Bank of Manitoba is going to be robbed.
Well, well.
I thought that would excite you. Take the new man and look into it.
New man, sir? I didn't know he had it.
Mother of pearl, it's the shining light of justice himself, Dudley Do-Right.
I have seen that face before. Your name, new man, what happens it to be?
Arnold, Benedict Arnold.
Benny and I went to West Point together.
Constables Do-Right and Arnold left for Manitoba bright and early the next morning. Well, at least early.
I don't see any signs of a bank robbery.
I don't either. Oh, my, what an attractive chandelier.
Where?
There.
With Dudley rendered more unconscious than usual, it was a simple matter for Whiplash to relieve the bank of its resources.
A false alarm, you say?
The only thing we saw was a chandelier, Inspector.
Well, a phone call just came through. The Quebec Express is going to be robbed at noon. Stop it.
To hear is to obey.
My very words.
Oh, Arnold.
Sir?
You dropped a sack of coins.
Money from home.
Just 1 minute. How come that sack has Bank of Manitoba printed on it?
That's where Dad buys all his sacks.
Oh.
Once more, the intrepid pair set off to foil a robbery.
We have searched the length and breadth of this train, but no evidence of foul play.
Well, what do you know? Look up there.
What is it, another chandelier?
No, it's a Bunsen burner.
For the wild goose chase, eh?
Yes, and my heart knows what the wild goose knows.
All right, men, you're dismissed. Oh, and Arnold?
Sir?
That safe you brought back, marked property of the Quebec Express. Don't leave it here. It clutters up my office.
The one-man crime wave went on for a month until Whiplash had amassed a tidy fortune. It was then time for him to retreat.
Am I glad to get rid of that silly hat?
Aha, caught you hat-handed.
What's up, Do-Right?
My dander, snidely Whiplash.
Oh, you're mistaking me for someone else. My name is Benedict Arnold.
Pshaw.
You won't take me without a fight.
Man against man, good against evil, Dudley against Whiplash. And then suddenly...
Look up there.
What is it, a Bunsen burner?
No, a chandelier.
And so Constable Benedict Arnold gave his life in the line of duty. We shall all miss him.
Sir?
Yes, Do-Right.
That leaves us short one man, doesn't it?
Oh, no, here's Arnold's replacement. Constable Do-Right, say hello to Constable John Dillinger.
Hello, Johnny.
Well, in our last episode, Boris Badenov went into business as Madman Morris, a shady used car dealer. Of course, he only had one car on the lot, and that was made of cardboard.
When I say low overhead, folks, I mean low overhead.
In minutes, Boris had flim-flammed our heroes into buying a paper convertible and selling him their Epperson Jackrabbit. Of course, when Bullwinkle went to kick a tire on their new car...
Oh, my gosh!
Gee, I don't know my own strength.
Bullwinkle, this is a catastrophe.
It's supposed to be a convertible.
Meanwhile, the two villains had just crossed the bridge at Buzzard's Gulch.
Why were you stopping, Boris?
Did you see that charming wooden bridge we just passed?
What's so charming about the wooden bridge?
It burns, that's what.
And the crafty fiend set fire to his end of the bridge just as our heroes set foot on the other side.
Rocky, the bridge is on fire!
But if we stop now, they'll get away.
The situation poses a rather precise ethical dilemma fraught with portent, don't it?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I heard it on Meet the Press.
There's only one thing to do, Bullwinkle.
Get a dictionary!
No, I gotta fly through the fire.
You sure that's the only way, Rock?
No, but if you're gonna be a hero, you gotta do stupid things every once in a while.
Okay, ready, Allie!
Oh!
And Bullwinkle flung Rocky right into the flames. Meanwhile, Boris and Natasha were in the office of a notorious receiver of stolen property.
I'm Andy Grift, your friendly neighborhood fence. You say you got a car made of gold?
You sir it. Here's a fender for you to test, Andy.
It don't look like gold.
It's painted. Underneath is 14 karat.
What's it worth, darling?
Well, offhand, I'd say at least...
Yes.
$2 even.
$2?
For a gold fender?
Gold my eye, that's 10.
10? Oh, boy.
No, you've done it again, Boris.
But I could swear.
Not on this program, darling. Face it, the car is worthless.
Not quite. We still need it.
For what?
To make getaway. Look up there.
Yike!
Yike, indeed, for high in the air, sand scorched, but every furry inch a hero, was Rocky the Flying Squirrel. Now, let's hear it out there for Rocky.
Thanks, folks.
Faster, Boris, he's gaining on us.
The car is too heavy, Natasha. We got to lighten it. Throw out everything loose.
Well, the two crooks threw out the spare tire, the headlights, the engine cover, the fenders, even the doors.
He's still gaining on us.
Open the trunk, Natasha. Maybe there's something heavy in there.
Boris' trunk is full of gold pieces.
And they're heavy. Get rid of them.
And Natasha began throwing away shovelfuls of gold coins.
It's working, darling. It's costing us $1 million, but we're gaining on it.
All that gold I can't watch.
And Boris covered his eyes. A rather serious mistake, for the car slewed around and headed right back to where it started from, the edge of Buzzard's Gulch.
Oop.
Boris, we're falling.
Raskolnikov, if those goody goods think they...
Boris, do me one favor before we hit.
Certainly, Poopsie.
Shut up your mouth!
Meanwhile, Rocky and Bullwinkle were examining a handful of gold coins.
Well, Bullwinkle, we got the treasure of Monte Zoom.
Shucks, I knew we would all along.
Huh?
Sure, in a cartoon, we always have a happy ending, you know. We walk off arm in arm into a cartoon sunset without a scratch on us and...
Gee, an unhappy ending.
Yeah, This must be one of those adult cartoons.
Well, we'll see about that. Probably next time in the further adventures of Bullwinkle.